All right, recently I reached out to Fluval for some canister filters, and they were kind enough to send me this Fluval 207. This thing I'll probably run on an aquarium about 30 gallons, 20 to 30 gallons. I've never really had a Fluval canister before. I had a Fluval, I think C4 hang on the back, but this is my first Fluval canister. So let's unbox this thing. And we're going through this together. I'll probably run this on my 60 gallon currently until I can get the next tank running. Just throw that aside. So here we got the ribbed hosing that most Fluvals come with. Here is the attachments for the hoses for the input and output. And here's the Fluval 207. And some instructions, but you know we don't read instructions here. Let's put this box aside. Let's open this up, check it out. Whoop. All right, this is the housing for the motor. More instructions, don't need that. Let's see. The media comes in bags. Here's some sponge. And this is carbon. I don't like using carbon. Let's throw that aside. Next chambers comes with this little handle. Makes it easy to pull out. That's pretty neat. You got some, this looks like Fluval Biomax. And then the last chamber, got some polyfill and coarse sponge. That I'm okay with. I normally don't run polyfill in my filters, but it's okay. I'm not too worried because these tanks won't have a big bioload, and then a lot more sponge. Let's put this back in. Let's put this in here. This, we need a rinse. Let's just pour it in here first. Be right back. You rinse this out on the sink. Okay, this is rinsed out. I also have this other media. This is old media. It's already dry, but should still work. I don't like how much I have here. I need more. This is actually a phosphate remover. Could come in handy. Let's see. I actually have a lot more space for media. I think I have some more media. We're gonna do some custom work. I have this really coarse sponge. What I'm gonna do is trace this and cut it out. Like that, I can get a little layer. I always have a ton of extra sponges around. Now I can add this in here, and that'll fill it up. There, that chamber's full. I have one more I'll cut to fill this one. See, something like that. Now I have my outline. I can just follow that line and cut. It's good enough. This will be temporary because I'm gonna buy some pumice stone, a big bag that I can fill up all my filters with. I believe does this one come first? This one does come first. Either way, if they're both filled with media. That goes in. That goes in. And then cap that off. That's capped. This I'm going to run, should fill it up with some water. But first, let's open this up because the O-ring comes separate. And you don't want to start this up without an O-ring. You have a big mess on your hand. It already comes lubed up. Let's put this here. Make sure it's seated in there good. All the way around. That looks good. And this is going to sit. There. Make sure it's all pushed in. There. That's sealed. Let's open this up. Let's see how this is going to work. That locks in really nice. I like that. I like this primer instead of the button. It feels pretty solid. I guess these are the contraptions to hold it above the tank, over the rim. There you go. There's that one. Let's separate this first before I put the suctions. And this, I believe it's for the intake. Yes. Let's split this in half. Okay. since normally I would cut this to size, the perfect size that I need, but because this isn't going on that's forever tank, I'm going to leave it a little longer, and then when I move it, I can adjust the length and decide if I want to keep these hoses or change it. This goes this way. I think this stops the flow, and that's full flow, and I guess you could adjust it with this lever. Which side's in, which side's out. Okay, this side's in, so this is going to take the intake. Let's make sure it's pushed all the way in. And then this is the output. All right, that's pushed all the way in. And these, trying to see, I guess when I put this in the tank, this comes up over the top, and this is up near the surface instead of it being this way, because I can't see that fitting over the glass. So this is what would make sense. And then I could adjust the angle of the flow. So that means if this is coming this way, this should fit over like that. And this slides inside the slot. Clips in, there you go. And then this clips on there. That's all in. And then I could adjust the flow. Let's do the same to the intake side. All right, that sits in like that. This slides in this way. Then knock the suction cup off. There you go. There. Okay, let's set this up on the tank. All right, right now, tank lights are off. It's already past, it's probably like almost 1 in the morning right now. I just can't sleep, so why not make a video? First, I gotta fill this up with tank water. Pop out the top, bottoms. Okay, once that's done, now I'll just siphon a little tank water in here. Good enough. Let's get this lid back on. Okay, this comes this way. want to force it, but I don't want to force it at the same time. There you go. Check. This looks all even. This is going to be its holding spot for the next month or so until I can get the next tank set up. Gotta find a proper spot for this. I think I ran out of plugs. Let's run a plug the other side. All right, it's running pretty quiet right now. This tank is running a lot of filtration. Right now, these are two Awaze. I have two Awaze canisters, and now this Fluval. Put the output here. Tank's running a little low right now because I just filled up the canister with it. But now I'll let this filter run for about a month, so it'll be fully cycled by the time I add it to the new tank.